Hey everyone, thank you for joining me for day 2 of our 25 Days of Christmas sketch series. And coming up, you're going to see the sketch that we chose, which is from Operation Right Home. And this one is probably a simpler sketch, even though I'm still going to load it up with paper because, that's what I do. So once if you want, you can pause here, cut your papers, and then come join me at the table. So for this particular sketch, I knew I wanted to use, I think it's a couple of the stickers and one of the ephemera pieces. So I'm going to show you on this card, I believe, the ephemera pieces. For my mat, which I'm using my ATG tape and art glitter glue, which allows me time to adjust and get the paper even on the card base, which is an A2 size card, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So our mat piece is actually 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So it's just 1/8 of an inch smaller from the actual card base. And we're going to put this one, it's going to be horizontal, so it's going to be a side opening. And of course, I ran out of tape. It's like day 2 and I'm already running out of tape. Seriously? Okay. So bear with me here while I just get this loaded up. I do want to just let you know, as a part of the series, most of the time I'm not going to have the cutting and all that on the actual video, because I'm literally just wanting you guys to see the sketch, what I've chose to use, and how I put it together. So if you have tons of Christmas paper that you've never used, get in there, get into it, and let's start cutting it up, okay? So now that we got our tape attached back, or I should say just hook back up into the HET, we're going to finish putting down our pattern cardstock, pattern paper, and this one is going to be at 4 by 5 1/4. And it's such a pretty paper. I want to say this collection might have been from Photoplay. As I'm doing the voiceover, I don't have the paper on my desk, so I can't confirm it, but I want to say it's one of my Photoplays from last year. A lot of times I get different Christmas papers, and for whatever reason I get hung up on just one. And did you see what I just did? I put the tape and the glue on the wrong side. I just realized I did that. So yeah, we're going to cut out another piece real quick. But anyway, like I was saying, I tend to get a couple of different collections, and then I only focus on one. Like last year was Kaiser Crafts. It was their pink Christmas paper. Like I couldn't help myself. I scrapped with that the entire month. I'm a pink fan, so Christmas and it was pink. It was a no-brainer. But this year I did want to give you guys some more color variations. You'll see some of the traditional colors like this, and then I'm also going to be doing some blues. So once I got my square attached, and now on the sketch, the square is up flush, right up to the edge of the paper. Like it doesn't have any border, but I still like having my papers, my layers separate. Okay. So I'm still going to put it all the way over to the edge, but I have a mat. Okay. And I just wanted it to have that little thin edge around to give it separation. And then we're going to use this sentiment, and I'm going to get some foam tape just for the side really that is hanging off to the right, and then the other part we're just gonna glue right to the top. And depending on the thickness of your foam, that's what I would suggest doing it. Like if you have super thick where it gives you like a really big 3D effect, then I wouldn't use that. But if it's just going to give you a little bit of height, then go ahead and use that foam tape, okay? And that just gives it nice evenness on your card front. All right, and then once we have that attached, I decided that I wanted to use some of my stickers because a lot of times we have these and we never use them. So my thought was, okay, well, let me grab out the snowman here. I'm going to use him and try not to press him down so I can move it and have like the banners coming from him, which is why I was covering up that other end, the other flagged end. And then I'm just adding a couple of snowflakes just to give it, you know, a little added dimension, a little bit of added interest. And I cut that, I trimmed it enough to where part of it could go underneath of it. And then I'm going to add the 3 Nuvo drops at the top. And I want to say this is white that I'm using. Yep. And I'm just going to tap it. And this was back when I was tapping everything on top of like an item, like the Nuvo drop itself or like a container. Now I sort of have my own technique and I can just slam it right on my desk and it's perfect. Now on this one, I kept the banner more straight, like in the sketch itself, and attached a sticker sentiment so that way I wouldn't have to worry about putting a sentiment on the gold foil part. Even though you probably could, you could just heat emboss something, even though it's a slicker material. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and share button. And also click on that bell so that way you get alerts when these videos are coming up. That way you won't miss any part of the 25 Days of Christmas series, okay? And I'm also going to be creating a playlist where you'll be able to find any of the videos you may have missed there. Thank you guys again and have a great day.